Hi everybody. Today I want to talk about what to do if you are in an exercise rut. So ruts look different for everyone. This might be a few days, few weeks, few months, or maybe even longer for some people. So ruts happen for a lot of reasons, right? So this could be due to an injury or an illness. Maybe you moved or your schedule changed, you got a new job or your gym closed, right? A lot of people, they had a great thing going and they were feeling good, and then all of a sudden their gym just shut down, and that was a really big shift for a lot of people. And not everyone likes working out at home. A lot of people really rely heavily on the social aspect. So I first want to just talk about why we get so freaked out during these exercise ruts. Okay, part of it, yes, is because maybe we're not in as good a mood, right? Exercise definitely gives us better energy, helps us sleep better. So there are all these really great things about exercise. And if you're not exercising as regularly, you may be feeling that, the absence of it in those ways. But largely the reason why we get so freaked out about it is because of diet culture, because we have gotten this messaging that, oh, you've fallen off the wagon and you are a failure. And the fact that you can't get your shit together and motivate to get to the gym says something about you, and it's not good, right? You're either like slovenly, or you're lazy, or you're not disciplined, you don't have any willpower, and blah, blah, blah. Having us insecure and not trust our own bodies gets us to buy stuff, right? Because we're like, oh, I can't trust myself. So we look outside of ourselves, right, for the answer, for the formula, for the map, right? But we already have, we have it all. We already have this intuition and this incredible wisdom based on millennia's of, evolution. So I think that it's just important to acknowledge that a lot of the reason we feel like such shit, like when we're taking a break from exercise, is because of this messaging that we get, that it's because we're shitty people if we're not working out constantly. And that is absolutely not true. And your self-worth does not hinge on how many times you work out, or if you work out at all, right? There's no moral high ground here. It's all just made up. It's just a social construct. All right, let's get to it. So let's talk about some options for you if you find yourself in a rut. Option number one, stop judging yourself and just embrace this time that your body and mind is kind of asking for. Give yourself some compassion and grace. If you did get into this rut because of either the pandemic or the myriad of reasons that we kind of talked about, that's legitimate reason. And having a break from this routine is not necessarily the worst possible thing that could happen to you. So by shifting your mindset to, I should be working out, I should, to saying, hey, I'm choosing to take a break because that's something that I'm needing right now in my life. I got a lot going on. I'm stepping away from this as a priority, and trusting yourself that you're gonna go back to your workouts when the time is right. There is nothing wrong with taking a break from our workout routines. And a lot of times we can come back even stronger, more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed than we were. But I can tell you this, the more shame and guilt and judgment that we pile onto ourselves, it actually will deter us from doing the thing that we're trying to do. Shame is a really shitty motivator. So really try to have some compassion for yourself, give yourself some time, and trust yourself. Option number two is to shake things up, right? If you're constantly I need to go to the gym and do this routine, I need to go to the gym and do this routine, and you're just not doing it, go for a brisk walk around the neighborhood, right? Pop on a YouTube video and learn some TikTok dances, you know what I mean? Call a friend, go for a hike, or just go for a hike by yourself. There's so many ways we can exercise. And again, this kind of black and white perfectionist thinking around, oh, well, if I can't do my gym program, then I'm just not going to do anything. Just because you aren't doing the exact program that you plan, that your planned routine requires, doesn't mean you're not exercising. So loosen up and be flexible and have fun, right? Because that could be part of it. If you're not having fun at your workouts, then like you're probably not going to want to do them. And just because you're like, well, I used to enjoy them, right? I have a lot of things like that used to be fun. And guess what? We're human beings. We change, we evolve, like we crave variety and novelty, right? So there are classes that I used to do where I had a blast, and guess what? I don't enjoy them anymore. So you gotta have room for that in your mind, right? Like, oh, maybe this is just not what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'm not enjoying it, right? So really ask yourself, do you enjoy the exercising that you're asking your body to do? Because if you don't enjoy it, you're probably not gonna prioritize it. Option 3, check your motives. Being extrinsically motivated is not generally going to lead to long-term consistent commitment to any healthy habit. And extrinsic motivating factors are motivating factors that are outside of us. So for instance, your doctor says you have to lose weight and says the best way you can do is eat this way and go work out, okay? Or you feel like you have to exercise because if you don't, and you know that you'll be judged by your peers, right? So you have to maintain a certain body size or aesthetic. Like exercising like due to peer pressure is an extrinsic motivating factor. And not only is it just less enjoyable to do something when we're extrinsically motivated, we're also way less likely to continue with it long term. So this is like when you like kind of yo-yo exercising. A lot of that is because people are exercising, I don't want to say for like the wrong reasons, like there's this right way and wrong way, but they're exercising because they're seeking this outside validation. They're not doing it because they actually enjoy it or find it valuable, right? And again, this can be gray. You can kind of be a little bit of this, a little bit extrinsic, a little bit intrinsic, a little bit Alexis. But generally you want your primary motivating factors to be intrinsic. It's because you're like, hey, I not only am I doing this because I see it as self-care, but I generally enjoy it, right? It's not something that feels like a punishment or feels like a slog every time. So checking your motives are very important. Number 4, build in some accountability. So there's a few ways you can do this. One is an accountability buddy, right? So this is somebody that you commit to doing exercise with, right? Whether that's your neighbor and you guys meet on the corner every Thursday at 5:30 to go for a walk. There's really like the sky's the limit as far as options to have somebody that you're accountable to. And the other way to be held accountable is to hire a coach, okay? So this can be somebody that you see in person. This can be somebody like me where you are, where it's a virtual coach, right? Where I have a program built for you and I can see if you do your workouts or if you do not, right? So there's just this. The thing is it's easy to break plans with ourselves, but because we're social creatures, we're much more likely to show up if somebody else is involved as well, right? So that might work for you. Another example of this would be like to commit to of more long-term exercise program. So maybe like in your neighborhood, there's going to be like an outdoor boot camp in the park, right? And it's going to be like a 3-month thing. You could sign up for that. Again, you want to choose something you enjoy, okay? You don't want to do it because you think you should be doing it or everybody else is doing it, right? Choose something you like. Maybe it's a dance class. Maybe it's taking tennis lessons. I always say tennis, but that's just because I like tennis. But yeah, I mean, really the sky's the limit, guys. Like get creative with movement and what you consider to be exercise, because getting into the gym might not be for you, and that's okay. 5th and final option is to consider that a break is exactly what you need right now. Allowing yourself to step back from this dedication that you had to your workout routine might make space for something really fucking cool to come into your life. Something that's just waiting for the right moment, right? There's only so many hours in a day, right? We have a capacity. And if you're at the brim all the time, nothing new can come in. So making space, right? Final thought on this is it's completely normal as human beings for our behavior to change, like seasonally, cyclically, right? So I know for me, like I go through a week in my monthly cycle where like I'm not gonna really work out very much. Like I don't feel like it. I don't have a lot of energy. My hormones are doing their thing. And I just allow for that to happen because I know that it's going to change. So I just think it's really important to keep in mind, like, wherever you are at right now, it will change. Like, honestly, softening your grip and just letting go of things sometimes is the most productive thing that you can do. And this is no exception. Okay, I've successfully gone off on a tangent. Surprise, surprise. One day I'm going to be succinct. It's just not going to be today. All right, so if you are in a rut, you want to talk about it, I want to talk to you too. So you can message me and we can talk about it, okay? And if you are in a rut and you don't want to talk about it, that's also fine. I just ask that you receive my love through the screen to you. Much love to you. We are not generally unique in our struggles, so you're not alone. And everything is gonna be all right. All right, I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.